Now, let's take a quick peek at the sports calendar to see what's cooking.
You know the Broncos had a fight song, Ron?
I wish I didn't know.
Look at Horse right now.
I wish I didn't know.
Look at that man.
I refuse to look at that.
He's going crazy back there. He's shaking his fists, Ron. He's standing. Look.
Well, I'm going to make his day momentarily. So
Are you?
I am.
Wow.
I am.
I trust you. When you pick against the Steelers at home, I think you're unbeaten this year.
Yeah, but I picked him to win in Green Bay last week. I misread that one. It is time for our picks, although it is, you want to do your little read?
Yes, I do. What's Cooking? Presented by your local Pittsburgh area Geico agent, Tim Hester.
Thank you, Mr. Hester.
And by Mr. Reuter.
Thank you, Mr. Reuter.
Call 412-REUTER-2. All right, let's do this.
All right. We both lost last night. We both took Seattle plus 2.5. They got skunked. Didn't know that Russell Wilson was going to get hurt, but that's okay. So you're plus 2 over me. We got 4 college games and 4 pro games. Let's start with West Virginia is at Baylor. Baylor is -3 at home against the Mountaineers. Who do you got?
I don't like West Virginia much on the road. Now, Baylor's coming off a 10-point loss, but that was on the road. I'm going to take Baylor.
I'm going with West Virginia. They should have beat who was it? Oklahoma on the road.
Yeah,
that
that's
they
true.
Played
That's
very
true.
very well. But they're up and down. But I'm going to go with the Mountaineers. You're going with Baylor. All right, Oklahoma against Texas. That's in the Cotton Bowl, the neutral site, the Red River game. Texas is getting 3 in this. I think Texas is better this year than they have been. I'm going to take the points and go with Texas plus 3.
Plus 3. They might be. They got hammered by Arkansas, 40-21. I'm going to go Oklahoma here.
And then, Arkansas gets just skunked by Georgia last week, 37-0. All right, Notre Dame is at Virginia Tech. Pitt's next opponent is Virginia Tech. Next week they play. Notre Dame is a 1-point underdog in this game. Virginia Tech is getting a point at home. Who do you got?
Well, let's take a quick look at Virginia Tech. Shall we, Ron? They beat North Carolina, who's turned out to just be a hideous abomination, 17-10.
Came to West Virginia
and lost. And then home against Richmond, sort of a bummer of a performance. They only win 21-10. I don't know that we know that much about Virginia Tech yet. I really don't. So I'm going to go with Notre Dame to go on the road.
A bounce-back win for them because they were beaten pretty handily by Cincinnati last week.
I know. I do. I think Notre Dame goes on the road and gets it done here. And if you get it done, it's probably going to be by more than 1, right? So I'm going to look good.
I'm going with Virginia Tech. Why? I don't know. I don't like these picks. I don't like these games. I don't like the picks. So we're 3 for 3 in difference already. All right, the big one, Penn State at Iowa. I'll be there. I'm headed there after the show. Penn State, Iowa. Iowa -2 at home. Everybody figures it's going to be a low-scoring game. These are 2 really, really, really good defenses. I don't have a feel for this whatsoever. I closed my eyes and pointed to one and came down Penn State. I'm going with Penn State.
I love Penn State. Getting points with Penn State? Yes, give me that. I love that defense. I love the way their quarterback's playing. I think they're going to go up there and put on a command performance, Ron. You know what I think they're going to win by? 10.
Wow. I don't have that feel, I can tell you that. All right, let's switch up and go to the NFL, a couple division games. Green Bay is at Cincinnati. I think I know who you like already. Cincinnati's getting 3 in this game. I think you spoke highly of Cincinnati earlier in the show. Are you going to go with them with the points?
Yes, Ron. Yes, I am. More to the point, I spoke lowly of Green Bay's defense. Not a huge fan. And I think going in there, I think they're going to get lit up. I think Aaron Rodgers will get some work done, but I love Cincinnati. I don't like them. I love them in this game.
I'm going with Green Bay. You say going in there. When has Paul Brown Stadium ever been a tough place to play? But the Bengals are better. You think they're going to go 4-1, or you think they're just going to cover? They're getting 3 at home.
Oh, I think they're going to win the game.
You think they're
Yeah.
going to be 4-1
Yep.
after this? Wow. All right, Cleveland is at the L.A. Chargers. This was a tough one for me, too. I think the Chargers are really good. I think Herbert is really good. I know Mayfield is really struggling. He may be hurt. Everything tells me go with Chargers, so I'm taking Cleveland.
What's the
I'm
spread?
taking Cleveland is getting 2 points. LA's -2 at home. I'm taking Cleveland plus the 2.
I like the Chargers. I like Justin Herbert. I'm wondering about Baker Mayfield. I know that torn labrum is his non-throwing shoulder, but that can still affect your motion and your overall play. It really can. And I thought evidence of that was on display last weekend. I don't like this situation for him. And the Browns they're 3-1, right? But they've been a little bit underwhelming at times to me, and the Chargers have been just the opposite.
Certainly underwhelming last week against Minnesota. They won, but 14-7. That was a dog game. That was the early game. We were in the press box in Green Bay, had it on. It was just an awful game to watch.
Ron, keep going, but before we do the Steelers game, Horse has some news on the Steelers spread, but keep going right now.
All right. This is the big game of the week. You know, it's not the Steelers. I mean, people here will say the Steelers, but Buffalo, Josh Allen, Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes. Kansas City is -2.5 at home. Who do you got?
Kansas City, and here's the thing. I like Buffalo and Josh Allen to go in there and, unlike in the AFC title game, absolutely light up the Chiefs. I think they're going to score 35, 37 points. Unfortunately for them, the Chiefs are going to score about 40 because I don't believe in the Bills' defense either. I'm going Chiefs.
Me too. Me too. I don't see that team going to 2-3. I just don't see it. I'm going with Kansas City. All right, we got news.
Yeah, what line do you have?
I have Pittsburgh as a pick. It's a pick game.
Well, the NFL Network and a few other sites that I've seen have shifted it anywhere from Denver being a 1.5-point favorite to a 3.5-point favorite since Bridgewater was announced.
I don't know. What do you want to make it, Joe? We can whatever you want. Split the difference, 2.5.
Sure.
Okay, so the Steelers plus 2.5 at home.
Man, I'll take the Steelers there. I think their defense is going to come back and play well. I think the Broncos have some O-line issues, even if people are back. I'm not a total believer in Bridgewater. They're going to have to stop the run. That's number one here, and I think they're going to do it. I think the Steelers' defense is going to have a very good performance, and man, is it going to be ugly, Ron. I'm going to predict the final score to be something like Steelers 20, Broncos 17.
That's funny. I'm going with the same pick. Okay, first of all, I'm going 20-13 Steelers. How's your pick? How do you think Ben is going to play in the offense? Are they going to get a little better?
Unwell. I think
so
they
the
might
defense might get a turnover that leads to points.
Might get a touchdown.
Like
Yes, might get a touchdown in the game. I think they're going to run a little bit. I think Najee will have a decent game, and they'll get just enough. I think they'll get a couple turnovers, maybe one for a touchdown, and they'll eke out a 20-17 win. They'll hang on barely at the end.
20-13. I just think Denver's an overrated 3-1 team. I don't see the Steelers losing 3 in a row at home, but who knows? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different out of 8. We have 5 different. The ones we have the same. Both of us have Penn State at Iowa. Both of us have the Steelers, and both of us have the Kansas City Chiefs against the Buffalo Bills.
Sounds delicious
That Buffalo
to me.
game should be a lot of fun.
Is that a night game?
That's the night game, yeah.
Beautiful.
That's the night game.
Enjoy your weekend, Ron.
Yeah, hopefully I'll have a little more easier travel than Milwaukee to Orlando, a 2.5-hour delay there and then home. I only have to fly to Chicago, okay? Hopefully that'll go well, and then it's about a 3.5-hour drive to Iowa City. Have you been to Iowa City?
Never.
I was there for the Pitt game a number of years ago. They beat Pitt in a heartbreaking loss.
Todd Graham, right? I think that was the Todd Graham game, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was the Todd Graham game. I do.
Pitt had a lead in that game.
Narduzzi played there. Maybe not.
Maybe
not.
He might have. I think you're right. I think Narduzzi did too. But I definitely remember a Todd Graham game. I just remember
Pitt losing a real heartbreaker at Iowa. It's a beautiful little stadium. Little, I mean 65,000, but it's a nice little area. Iowa City, it's a little bit of charm to it. Put it that
And
way.
I want him to put it in the left lane, put the hammer down.
No,
Yeah,
they didn't
he
put the
wa-
hammer
he
down
wanted
that
to-
day. Now,
Uh,
Ron, are you going to eat? Is the right call here to eat in Chicago at a nice restaurant before you go to Iowa, or eat in Iowa?
I'm going to Iowa tomorrow morning, 3.5 hours in the morning.
Oh, okay. I
So,
thought you were going tonight.
No, you can't get a room in Iowa City.
So you're in Chicago tonight.
I'm at the Midway Airport. I'm not going into town to like Gibson's or someplace like that.
Oh, not for
No.
that nice pizza? What's the pizza in
G-
Chicago?
Geno's East.
Geno's.
Geno's East is the
Oh,
great pizza.
Ron.
No, I don't think. I'll probably end up just sitting in my room having a granola bar.
No. There's a Geno's by the airport. Now it's all coming back
It's
to me.
Midway though, not
well,
O'Hara.
Okay.
I'm flying to Midway Southwest direct.
The Anthem debacle game in Chicago, I remember going back to my airport hotel, and there was a Geno's right near the hotel. And that's where I
but
actually
you might-
wrote one of my stories when I got
It
there.
might have been O'Hara though.
Might have been.
Joe, you have a good weekend. You got some softball planned, don't you?
Yeah, it's probably going to rain and ruin everything.
Well, that's a great
Of course, I have
outlook.
the two weather people in my house who will tell me how
Who
many
will tell
times
you.
it's going to rain tomorrow.
And then I got some good football this week. Well, I got at least one good football. Penn State, Iowa. I don't know how good the Steelers Denver is going to be.
Me neither. I think it might be very ugly. I'll see you Monday. We have a lot to talk
10
about.
a.m. Let's do it. Nothing to it. Nothing
Horsey.
to it but
Horsey,
to do it.
we'd be remiss without Horsey's prediction on the game. Give us a prediction and a storyline, Horse.
I think it's going to be Javonte Williams having a big day, and I think the Broncos win 24-10.
Ron, did you hear that? A 2-touchdown win for the Broncos. You think that's going to – you think any chance of that?
There will be hell to pay around here Monday morning if that's what turns out.
24-10 might be the end of the Ben era.
They
You know
only
what? I
get
had
10
some
points.
over-unders,
No,
too.
but it's not. You know whose fault it is? It's Canada's fault.
Over-under Ben
Blame him.
touchdowns, 1.5 passes. I say under.
I'm gonna say over. I think he gets 2 this week.
Over-under sacks on Ben, 2.5.
I'm gonna say over on that. I'll bet he gets at least 3.
Over-under Derek Watt carries, 1.5.
Under.
Goodbye, Ron.
See you, Joe.